Welcome to Waves of Awareness, the podcast that is bringing the voices and personalities of people with disabilities to the community.
Listening along to learn more about the daily life of me and my friends, the resources available to us and our families, and how this podcast is chatting job for me and others with disability in this community.
Welcome to the podcast. There is 7. Speaking our guest today, we have Jen and
Sasha.
Tasha.
Yeah.
And Matt Moore, Matt, and Miss Stacy.
That's right.
And me, Tripp. And Johnny.
Yeah. Can I hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, Tripp, that was a great
You can?
That was a great
Okay,
intro.
make sure.
Thank you so much.
Can you share about your family?
Here we are with another episode of Waves of Awareness, and we are excited to be here. Tripp is biting, like chomping at the bit to get these questions and get to know our lovely guest, Miss Sasha, and the early interventionist that works with her through Waves, Miss Jen Choate. And so, Tripp, can you please kick us off with our first question?
Can you share about your family?
Yes, Tripp. I will share about my family. I have 3 kids. My oldest is 14, daughter. My middle is 4. He just turned 4. His name is Sir Jay.
Mm-hmm.
And my youngest is 18 months, and her name is Valentina. And my son Sergey has autism, and that's why we get to hang out with Miss Jen a lot. And we have a great little family unit. Sergey is nestled in between 2 sisters that love him so much, and care for him so much. And we're along this journey with Sergey, and we've learned a lot. Our family has grown a lot. We've had to make changes and adjustments, and Sergey is pretty much the center of our little family world, and we're okay with that.
There we go.
You share your relationship with early learning?
Yes, I would love to share my relationship with. I'd love to share my relationship with Waves Early Learning. So we got connected with Waves, like I said, with Sergey and his autism. We have Jen as our developmental therapist. So that is how we got connected with Waves. And we have been with Waves for, Sergey's 18 months, since he was 18 months. So it's been like 2.5 years since we've been with Waves and with Jen consistently. And it's been great. We're with her once a week for an hour. She spends time with us in our house. She meets us outside the house, out in the field, to hang out and to play. And it's really been a great experience to have someone just on our team and in our corner and on our side this whole time that we've been journeying through this so far. So it's been good.
Nice. That's so exciting. Hey, John, so listening to Miss Sasha talk about it, I'm really curious about the holidays and what they do around the holidays with their kids. Are you curious?
We can talk about them
Are
too.
you curious about that?
We will.
Oh, you?
Yeah.
Well, let's ask Miss Sasha what they do. What do you think they do as family traditions at their house?
I can't hear you. My thing's not on.
No, we don't have our headphones on today because we have so many people. So we got to listen just regular ears.
Okay. Well, Jesus Christ love you. Jesus Christ I love you. They call me Johnny Sunshine. Okay, that's a spiritual thing. But physical thing, yes, I can tell you. We had a party up in Fairview that party that way. Okay, now Thanksgiving's coming up. I'm going to bring some pies the 22nd on the Brookwood. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
So let you know what's going on, okay? Okay. Then, for a little while. Then after that, I'm going to Cracker Barrel tomorrow, get some goodies.
What do you
That's
think?
my favorite restaurant, Cracker Barrel.
Yes. Well, let's ask Miss Sasha what they do for family traditions during
do
their
for
holiday
family
season.
tradition?
Okay. No, actually, so we're going to do it for that situation. I forgot to say it. Go ahead. Speak. Yeah, there you go.
Thank you, Tripp. Johnny Sunshine. I apologize. You've told me that so many times.
Yeah,
I apologize.
And I forgot. Yeah,
You're doing a good job.
that's what
It's all
happens.
good.
Yeah, okay.
All right. So for us, family traditions are evolving now because they've had to change. Now we kind of, our family traditions are led by Sir Jay. So whatever Sir Jay needs, which is usually a lot of time, he likes to do things in his own time and in his own space. So we like to allow a lot of time for family events, whether it's dinners or gift wrapping, and we set smaller expectations
Yeah.
for that holiday. So I say it's evolving because with each holiday, it's different.
Christmas.
Yeah, exactly. So
That
for
is
this
Tripp's favorite.
Christmas, our goal for Sir Jay and a family goal that we've set with all the family is to be able to have Sir Jay
Enjoy
maybe open a
yourself.
present. So we'd like for him to be able to open a
Christmas
present.
Day.
Yeah, and but we make sure we take the pressure off of him. So we used to have a big family tradition where kids got together, we unwrap presents. My mother would love to see all the kids unwrap everything right in front of her face. So it was a big learning curve and challenge for all of us to accept that maybe Sir Jay won't open any presents. So
What your challenges to feedback your children during the holiday gathering?
yeah, so one of my challenges during the holiday is that even my oldest sometimes they retreat and don't want to be around a lot of people because they're so used to our small family unit. So that is one challenge. Another challenge that is difficult for Sir Jay is being outside of his home and in another environment for celebration because everything is different. So we are trying to start bringing celebrations more into our home so that at least that piece is comfortable enough for Sir Jay so that we can all have a good time and benefit from it.
Oh, that's good.
Matt, do you have a question?
Number 5.
Hey, you did for Aurelia? Okay. How do you PRE prepared your children for the hustle and bustle of family events?
Yeah, that's a great question. Preparing my kids for the hustle and bustle of family events is not always easy, but I do it through a lot of conversation and to prepare them, to let them know what is the situation going to look like, especially for my oldest. She's 14 and she's very much a caretaker for Sir Jay. And so we go through what each portion of the holiday may look like, whether it's cookie decorating, how are we supposed to be helping facilitate this for Sir Jay, what are the goals for Sir Jay and for all of us, what are the timeline looks like. And for Sir Jay, I talk him through what's going to happen, hoping that he, is understanding. Yeah, so I also, talk with Sir Jay about family events and what's that going to look like and what's going to happen. But outside of the conversation, I make sure that Sir Jay has everything he needs, whether that is a special cup that makes him feel comfortable or his special ball that he has or wearing something that is comfortable or whatever it may be, so that he can feel safe when things are looking a little bit outside of his routine.
I feel like that's something that we could all use, is feeling safe in new, crowded, busy times of the year. And so, like, I feel like that's something that's really smart that every person, not just children, could really benefit from in their adjustment to the holiday seasons.
I want to throw in one other idea. This isn't just, I mean, we're talking about holidays because we have Thanksgiving and Christmas and other holidays coming up, but Sasha and I have talked a lot about other events, birthdays, vacations, things like that are totally outside of your typical routine. That can really be challenging for a lot of us.
Oh, yeah. Routines are so important for everybody. And so when you get outside of it, it can just be disorienting.
What common
Are you ready for another question, Tripp? Okay. Go for the next.
Have you anything specific that helped with your child and social anxiety during the holidays?
Have I found anything specific to help with my child's social anxiety during the holidays? Yes, I have, and I will speak to like Jen's point about this being like about birthdays and vacations too. I think we can group them all in: holidays, birthdays, vacations. And one thing that we've found to help with Sergey's social anxiety is to prepare the situation that we're going into for Sergey ahead of time. So on our last vacation, we've had a few failed vacation attempts. I say failed just because they were really tough and they were really hard on every individual family member. And
Which takes away from
that takes away from the experience. So we set the intention with, we just wanted everyone to, at least as an individual, have a good time on our family vacation. So that started with planning exactly where the Airbnb was going to be, like very, very specifically, so that it could be fitting for all of the kids. Because I think that part of the Sergey's social anxiety is when we have to mold him into what works for the oldest child and what works for the youngest child as well. And so it takes away a little bit from his social anxiety if he doesn't have to also take on what they are having to take on too, if that makes sense.
Well, those are big age differences too that
they're very big age differences.
Getting activities and programming.
Very much different needs, as Jen pointed out. And so our oldest wants to tan at a certain time, and Sergey wants to run around the beach. So, preparing a location for that. We pack Sergey's very specific toys that he likes and put them in the house before we put him in the house of the new Airbnb, just to set up a familiar setting for him, so that although a bed may be different, at least his letters are there and his planets are there, his favorite snacks and cup. So that's something that we've learned to do to try to help with his social anxiety, is just prepare ahead of time.
And have that sense of familiarity.
And which is it's has a lot more to do with us than with him, of course, because we have to change our mindset and we have to think ahead.
Just thinking about it from different perspectives.
Thinking about it from different perspectives, thinking about it from Sergey's perspective.
I love that. Matt, do you have a question? Maybe do you have one specifically for Miss Jen?
Yeah, I do. Number 7, I do. Jen, what common spiritual changes do you see
Children
facing during the holidays?
It's a great question. We do see some common challenges. I think we're asking children, we're asking all of us, honestly, but especially children, to do some things that are really new and different for them. We're asking, let's think about Thanksgiving. We're asking them to sit at a table with people they don't see often and eat foods that are unfamiliar. probably at a time of day that's during their nap time or, outside of their regular schedule. So, thinking about our basic needs of sleep and food and, and clothing, we might want them to dress up more than they typically do. We're asking a lot of our kids. So I think the challenges come in pushing their comfort zone on some pretty everyday things.
Yeah. John, do you have a question that you'd like to ask? We accidentally skipped you last round.
Question. Okay, well, we're going to have
Can you ask it into the mic?
Thanksgiving at Brookwood for 22nd on a Friday, so we're going to bring a pie, so I'm going to bring some goodies. Oh, you can hear me? Okay, well, we're going to bring a pie on the 22nd of Thanksgiving at Brookwood. Yeah, we will at the 22nd. A lot of people will be in a lot of stuff, so I'll let you know what's happening. Yeah. Yeah, not Brookwood. Yeah, Brookwood, yeah. We got a little snack out there in Brookwood like we did last year. We will.
What kind of pie are you going to bring? Because I really
Pumpkin
like
pie with whipped cream.
Okay.
Maybe people might bring something else who like that.
Okay.
Oh, they're going to bring all kind of goodies like that. Turkey, tater salad, and all that. And
the whole meal.
yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. We're putting different ones, yeah.
That's a change in routine that we can look forward to. All the good goodies we get to eat at the holidays, right? Because we don't eat those on a regular basis, do we?
No, not really. Not
Do we,
really, no,
John?
not really. I mean, that's what I mean.
You
Yes.
have chips for
Not spinach.
number 8.
Yeah, because we eat our spinach every day, don't we?
No. Not now.
No.
You have
Okay.
chips
Okay.
for
Well, Tripp, do you have another question? I think.
number 8. Number 8. Do you have tips for helping prepare children for family holiday social digestion?
Oh, I do.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, Miss Jen
Of
does.
course I do. I think the key word there is prepare. I think what Sasha's talking about talking with the kids beforehand, but I think also talking with extended family, talking with grandparents or aunts and uncles or whoever might be there, prepare the environment, try to adapt the schedule so that it fits your child and your family's needs as much as you can, just like Sasha was talking about. Coming into the vacation, preparing with items that make Sergey feel more comfortable helped to kind of create the environment that makes him more comfortable. I think, thinking about those basic needs, again, I'm going to say it again. If we're hungry, if we're tired, if we're uncomfortable, we're going to have a hard time. So preparing the environment and all the people for those things is going to make a big difference.
Nice, yeah. Matt, do you have a question?
You hit it.
You did.
Yeah, we did number 8. What about number 9?
Number 9.
Number nine kind of continues into what Miss Jen kind of introduced and started talking about. But this is a good question for Miss Sasha.
About
Do you wanna ask her?
Needs help prepare.
I'm getting names I know.
Yes, you're learning. You've got it.
I do. That's happens to get any names I know. My store.
Yes. Lots of names we have to remember.
All the names I know. Employees, my new ones, my own store.
Mm-hmm.
All the names of his coworkers.
Yeah, my new ones. Training.
Oh, you got new ones. Oh,
You do.
new names.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of those. My store.
Right.
And one
Oh,
new
good.
name today, Miss Sasha.
That's why. I
Mm-hmm.
like it.
Thank you.
I do. Number 9. Have you ever spoken to I can't remember long it's vocabulary extended family about your child needs
Prepare.
to help Pale.
That's right.
Sometimes in the woods, I know. I don't know. I had a vocabulary.
Yeah, you're doing a great job. You're hitting all the words.
Sometimes I get a vocabulary with Holly.
Yes, yeah, yes. Matt has a speech coach.
Oh.
I
Holly,
have my own
helps
coach.
him with his work, so
Here's-
that he's learning all the
Well,
words.
I think it's working.
It is.
Yeah.
He does a great job.
Yeah.
Vocabulary.
What I love is Matt is willing to ask for help when he
Yeah.
needs it.
Yes, I do. I got her else. I got her helps me vocabulary. That's what I need.
Yeah. Well, let's hear Miss Sasha's answer.
Yes, for sure. I have spoken with my extended family about ways that we can help prepare Sergey, and just also about the expectations. One that I have set for sure is that depending on the family event, we may or may not show up. It's a game time decision. It depends on how Sergey is doing that day and how he's feeling. But of course, we do always make an effort to be there. And if we do, I have definitely let them know that we may not stay long. It just depends on, Sergey. And we don't want to push him too far. There's a line. We want to help him to try to enjoy these family events and activities, but we don't want to push him too far where it ruins the rest of his day or even the experience for his sisters or the rest of the family too. So that's the fine line that I'll always talk about with our families is just keeping it at an even keel where we just trust Sergey's lead, know that when he hasn't had enough, it's okay. I think so many times we push kids beyond their boundaries and limitations just because of our vision for the day. And so I think it's definitely very important to talk with your family about that, because until you meet these challenges, you don't really know that that's
Yeah.
a thing.
Well, what I love about that is that you're communicating like the realistic expectations, but it also like allows the family to be like, oh, Sasha's not mad at me. She's not leaving early because of something else. Like you're clearly defining it. You're putting it out there so that everybody's on the same page. Like I love it because I feel like the holidays can be a lot of drama for some
Yeah.
families,
Yeah.
and just removing that piece,
Yeah.
so that like we're all here because we love each other, but sometimes
That means
too
you
much
have to stay.
too much
Yeah.
love, we gotta walk
You
away.
gotta step away.
Yeah. Yeah. John, do you have any questions?
Number 10.
No, not
you
right
you
now.
want Tripp to take over on the question?
Huh?
You want Tripp to take up the next question?
No, let me have one.
You want one? Okay.
Yeah,
He's
go
tossing
ahead.
it to you, Tripp. You take
Number
it.
10.
Okay.
Jen,
Jen.
Yes, I'm ready.
what are some signs of that a child might be feeling overwhelmed? How can parent respond effectively?
Well, that's a great question. I think that parents have a general idea of what their kid might do when they get overwhelmed. But think about, you may see them push their food away at the table. You may see them act out like throwing something, or some behaviors that look different than normal. They might cry. So, watching for those behavioral things. They may not be able to tell you they feel overwhelmed, but you can see it in their actions. So I think that's really important for us to be observant of that. They'll let you know. They'll communicate it somehow.
Yes.
But I also think parents can respond effectively if they have a plan B in mind. Like Sasha's talking about, we may have to leave early, or we may not come, or maybe we come later in the day if our day gets better. Just playing it by ear, helping everybody in the family know, this is what we need for this to be successful, and to have a backup plan if it's not working.
That's great.
And what's
Oh, you gonna jump ahead of Matt?
yeah,
Oh, well, let's ask Matt.
Matt,
Do you want to ask?
Oh, okay, buddy. I know I will.
you hit it. Wrap it up, buddy.
No.
11.
Number 11. Number 11.
Got that. Would advise would you give other parents facing smaller challenges during the holidays?
Yes, that's a great question. The main piece of advice I would give other parents facing these challenges during holidays is to just be okay with what is. Be okay with knowing that things may not go the way that you intended, even if you think that you prepared them perfectly for your child to be able to evade social anxiety. Be okay with just taking your child's lead at minimum for that day, just so that is a comfortable piece. And just minimize your expectations. Like the holiday season and birthdays and vacations have huge expectations on them. Outside expectations and the expectations that we put on them as well. And I think just minimizing them and setting just very low expectations, not low expectations, but just minimal. Like we just want to laugh every day, just have fun, or open one present, or be tolerable of singing happy birthday. Just we want one thing to go, maybe in the way we would like. So I think simple is the word. Simple expectations is a good way to go about these challenges during the holidays.
I think maybe, excuse me, I think maybe just having different expectations.
Different, yes.
It's just to be aware that it may look different than what we expect, and that's okay.
I think that's great, because it's also just you're creating like the new expectations for your family, and so those can be your new traditions. It doesn't have to look like everybody else. No one's holiday is cookie cutter, and so like you're creating your own. I think Tripp has another question for you. So why don't you go for it, Tripp? Ask that one loud.
What are there any resources, tools, and books that help SCT might find help with managing anxiety?
So I think there's a lot of tools out there to help think about how we manage social anxiety. I'll mention that on Waves Early Learning on Instagram,
we love plugs for our socials.
We'll plug that one shamelessly. Look back to December of last year, November and December, for some posts about this. Last year, we were going to do more this year, just to kind of address this topic. So keep checking Waves Early Learning or Waves Inc. on Facebook for some tips. I think for kids, there are lots of children's books. I don't have a list in front of me, but books or episodes of shows they might already enjoy that address things like that, where it's a situation that might be different from their everyday routine. So I
have a question about a resource. It keeps popping up in my social, like my Instagram feeds and stuff, and a lot of parents are talking about podcasts for kids. Have y'all checked out any of those or listened to any of them to see like if they are good for long road trips?
No.
And how those are, like, I've heard about, they've got podcasts that are specific with kid content, you know, and so reduce your amount of screen time in the car, and everyone as a family listen, and they're supposed to be enjoyable as well for adults. I
think that's a great idea. The only one I've listened to is a faith-based one.
Okay.
I know there's things out there. I know there's also in our episode about technology, Katie mentioned the Tony box.
The episode immediately previous to this one.
Yeah. So there are things out there, on-screen things to consider.
Yes.
Yeah. That's a great
Y'all
question.
have any general questions? About-
Do y'all have any questions for us?
I have a question. You've got your Publix shirt on. Are you going to work today?
Work in Publix.
This afternoon you're going to work?
I'm going home.
No, he's
from
already
work.
he's
You've
already
been to
worked.
work.
I already been to work.
Oh, okay. Great. You have a busy day.
Yeah.
And
Y'all
Matt,
Hit
you're
it,
off.
Tripp.
questions for the other guys? Did you work today, Matt?
Tomorrow I am.
Tomorrow.
Thursday I am. On
Best
Thursday, I got appliances. Testing, clean appliances on Thursday.
Yeah. You have a lot of fun, don't you?
I do. I don't know. It'll be 11.
Okay. We don't have to know your full schedule.
The hours.
Yes.
The hours at my store. I don't know. They open at 11.
Yeah.
Okay, they open at 11.
They do.
Are y'all getting ready for Black Friday?
Oh, yes, but my store is giving Black Friday. My store.
Nice.
I don't know. They open at 11 before I get in.
Nice. What about you, Johnny Sunshine?
What?
What you been up to?
Oh, I'm just hanging around and praising the Lord by faith and having fun with Gigi and
Hey, John.
Brookwood.
Talking to the mic.
Brookwood. But yeah, okay, I got it now. Brookwood for a while, sleeping up and helping out a little bit, and that was fine. That was good enough for me. So, 9 to 2.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that. Pretty cool. Monday for Friday. Sometime on Tuesday. All depends what I'm not doing. Like that. So, everything works out. And Wednesday, I get groceries, and Thursday go Cracker Barrel.
Yes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wrap it up.
Okay, well, we're getting instructions from Tripp. We're going to wrap this up. Jen, did
Jesus
you have
Christ,
anything else
love
you
you.
wanted to share?
I guess
I'm
I just
glad.
want to sum it up just to think about, like Sasha said, keeping our expectations reasonable. We want the holidays and other events to be enjoyable for everybody.
Year's.
So as much as we can do to prepare. And New Year's, yeah, they just keep on coming. Valentine, there's always
That's
the
why
next
it's so
one,
important.
right? Yeah, because it's something that's going to continue over and over again. And the more you practice it, the easier it gets. And you'll know what works well for your child. So
That's it.
Well, we've got a big thank you for you, Miss Jen, and you, Miss Sasha, for joining us today and sharing a little bit about
Thank you.
Waves Early Learning and how to prep for the holidays. You say thank you?
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
thanks for having us.
Thank you.
And I'm going to hand it off to Matt so we can sign off.
Sign off.
You ready, Matt?
Have a great day, everyone.
Okay. This is
Wave.
spread the positive. And this is Waves of Wellness.
Awesome. Thanks for another great episode, guys. We'll see you next week.
Thanks for turning into another episode of Waves of Awareness. We are glad you are here till next time.
Waves of Awareness is a Waves Inc. podcast and made possible thanks to Spread the Positive, the Community Foundation of Middle Tennessee, and Tennessee's Department of Intellectual and Developmental Disabilities. For more information, visit us online at www.wavesinc.com/podcast.